Well, the spear has split the nation, so it seems. A painting has led to, violence, to anger, to defacing, to threats of boycotts, to calls for the death of the artist, to lawyers breaking down, weeping openly. It's an incredibly emotional issue, an emotive issue. But it has to be looked at, and the place of the right to dignity versus freedom of expression in South Africa has to be decided. And the boycott call by the ANC, the City Press, because they, of course, had the picture on the website, and basically they started the whole publicity. Ferial Haffajee is the editor, and she had a very, very emotional letter yesterday to Duduzile Zuma, the president's daughter. She joins us now. Ferial, nice talking to you again. Good morning.
Morning, John.
I was going to say, here we go again. I think the last time we spoke was about the Danish cartoons, eh?
I guess so.
How are you feeling?
I've gone through a painful time. Hey, much of it has been personally humiliating, but mostly quite scary. And I didn't expect to be here for an art review.
Yeah. When you say scary, I mean, has there been threats to you? Has it been insulting behind the scenes, the stuff that we don't know about?
There's been levels of fear, I guess, and scare, as I'm going to write later this morning. I think the worst thing for me was worrying about our vendors yesterday after papers were burnt on Saturday at the Durban March. Thank God all of them were safe. But then a colleague got thrown out of the NUM Congress, and that just put on all sorts of alerts for me because it's a political year and I can't have my journalist in the wilderness, and he was really freaked out by that. And then the writer who wrote the piece has had a number of threats, and I've had many threats via email, on Twitter.
I mean, surely it comes down, you're an editor of a newspaper, we live in tough times. Surely it comes down to principle. You've got to form your principles, and when in doubt you stick by your principles.
I guess, but last week has taught me very painfully that in a country like ours, where dignity is still paperthin, where I think Justice Malala led us all very well with his beautiful column yesterday, where pain is so lurks so very painfully beneath the surface of our country. You have to play a role in helping get us past this time. And yes, I believe in the things I do very passionately, but I'm beginning to wonder right now whether the price that I'm paying is worth it, and whether I should not play a more nationally conscious role in helping to make peace right now.
Are you talking of resigning?
No, not at all. I love my job. I've asked my owners whether they want me to do that, and they said absolutely not. It is about taking down the image from the website.
So I mean, you've said you're not going to take it down. Are you rethinking that decision?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been reading, listening, everything, and City Press is now so at the center of. It's not even a debate any longer. It's a clash, and I'd rather not have us there. I would rather be part of calming down the temperatures and then finding a solution afterwards, whether it be by way of panels or negotiations. But this is no longer working. Where
do you draw the line then, Ferial? I mean, it was the same with the Danish cartoon. I mean, obviously that led to people, strong, believers in Islam, were furious. And now we've got this one. I mean, what happens next when politically something is unfavourable, where somebody doesn't like something because of a matter of taste, etc. Surely you've opened a door now that would be difficult to close in the future.
John, I guess that you're right, but surely those are decisions for us as a country, for us as a group of media people to discuss where these mores are drawn and who gets to protect them. Tough decision, but what was I to do? Dig in my heels and absolutely place my colleagues' lives in danger, perhaps place my own in danger? I cannot do that.
But we've seen journalists and Ferial, I'm glad I'm not doing your job. Let me put it that way.
Yes.
So don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here judging. But in the past, we saw journalists in South Africa risking their lives, even dying for what they believed in terms of principle. Doesn't that go with the territory?
I guess it does. Whether it should be fought over the spear, whether it should be fought after everything that I've read, after I guess what Justice wrote yesterday, after what Peter Bruce has written this morning, these are my peers and people who I trust and love dearly. This is not the other cases I've been taken to court for. This is not the big corruption cases where we fought gags and I was willing to go all the way to the end. This was an art review, and yes, it goes to the fundaments of freedom of expression and freedom of artistic expression. I do think that this is a moray, that this is a moment where the solution is going to be found elsewhere.
And isn't it ironic that Julius Malema supports you?
That did make me laugh when he sent that editorial and called me on Friday.
Final question, not final question, another one, Naspers. The point was made that Naspers are involved in licensing because obviously for DSTV and SuperSport. Was any commercial pressure brought on you to change your decision?
Absolutely not, and I would not lie about this. That's the thing I would resign for. I have had absolute support. I've got 3 CEOs from all of them. Yes, one of them did say to me, is this the correct battle to pick? Is this the correct fight? I said, absolutely, I believe in it, but I have never for a moment felt the cold hand of management pushing me in a direction. I was saying to Kino earlier, I've written an essay that will go up when I pull the cartoon down, and it says that I'm acting both out of care and out of fear because it's been there's moments where it's been deeply painful and quite terrifying.
All right. But Ferry, just remember you got a huge amount of support as well, eh? You know, somebody said, somebody, I think was it Peter Bruce said that you're the pin-up girl for editors or something like that. But you got a huge amount of support there as well. So just maybe there's a lot of vocal opposition, but you know, don't forget there's a lot of people support you 100%, eh?
I hope this has been a moment where that silent majority also begins to make their voices heard.
Any change in circulation figures from the city press?
I have absolutely no idea. Sales went well yesterday everywhere but in Limpopo, so it doesn't feel like our normal readers were intimidated or persuaded not to buy us yesterday. And I'm very grateful for that, but I'll only have final figures in 2 weeks' time.
All right, Ferial, nice talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Bye.
Bye-bye. Ferial Haffajee, editor of City Press. Sounds down.